real estate people, you know, they're doing pretty well right now. They got a lot of money. There might be some good people to network with, Brett. Okay, and also want to tell you that we always advise that we're an educational format, so we always advise that before you act on anything said here, that you check with your financial, legal, medical, whatever certified advisor. And we are being televised. We don't pay royalties, but we appreciate you being here, and you make Talk Shop rock. So I'm Joe Garner, and I'm one of the sponsors, so I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to turn it over to our illustrious, most famous Troy McDonald.
Well, I say, you pay these people off and they'll clap. So anyway, welcome. We got David and his lovely wife Mary here, so we're going to talk about the roofing business. We want, of course, without Talk Shop, it would not work without this lovely lady. We happen to have 2 in a row, 3 in a row, I think, here. So let's bring up the mortgage guru of all mortgage guru. I'm going to leave the little ditty alone. Looking quite spiffy today. Got purple on. My old man. She's got her Talk Shop photo ready. Okay, ready to go.
Thank you, Troy. I never know what he's going to say. I want to take my opportunity here. I'm a mortgage officer. I do refinances and purchases for people buying houses, refinancing houses in the Memphis area, as well as all over the 50 states. I want to invite you to join us on News Radio AM 600 WREC every Saturday at 9 o'clock Central, and also on iHeartRadio. So we talk a lot about you guys at the end of, especially toward the end of the show. So catch us Saturday. Thank you. Real Estate Mortgage Shop.
Okay, we've been on there a few times.
Yes, you have.
Well, here's a lady that's always in good hands when you get insured with this lovely lady. Just happens to be my wife, and I know I'm in good hands when she's around. Can I say anything else? Come on up before I get into trouble.
I was holding my breath. Well, I am so excited about having David as a speaker today, because with insurance companies nowadays, it is all about the roof. Did I say roof?
Well, in the South, we say roof.
Roof. Okay, I'll try to. I'm working on that. But anyway, we have a great testimonial for David. But here's the piece of advice to people who have homes. If you think you have a roof claim, please call your agent first before you call 1-800 number. Also, it is very wise to have an A+ rated Better Business Bureau roofer, such as David, come out to your house and kind of apprise the situations. Roofers nowadays can be your advocate. They can talk to the field adjuster to make sure that you are getting as much of your roof covered as possible. So just as Troy and I always say, never ever call a 1-800 claim number without checking with your agent first, and it could not be any truer in the event of a roof claim.
Well said, well said, well said. All right, we got another, where's our chef? Blondie? Yeah, what kind of look, well, you're kind of semi-blonde now. I know you're good fixing to have a hair comb over here, short. Here you go.
We'll leave the comb over up to Donald Trump. Eric Myers with the food truck, and also our coffee is by Java for Jobs. So they rely on the sale of their coffee to help create local jobs. It's great coffee, so try the coffee. We will be Saturday at Oak Court Mall from 10 to 2 for Food Truck Festival. It is a precursor to the Food Truck Festival that will be at Tiger Lane next spring. So come on out, have lunch. There'll be 4 or 5 trucks. It'll be a lot of fun. If you know anybody looking for a Halloween evening events, I just had a big event cancel on me. So we've got a lot of evenings open through October. So we'd love to help people out. Eric Myers with the food truck. His life is too short for ordinary food.
Well, Holly, it's your turn. Come on up.
Okay.
This is our fitness lady here. Is going to show you what to do. I'll tell you what, this thing really works. I have one that I put on when I play golf on occasion.
Okay, come on, David. Want to see something cool?
Yes, I need something cool.
Show me. Are we getting your thumbs?
We're going to do a muscle test. Mary, is he going to pass the muscle test? Oh, you know, you got to
He
move.
comes in here and grab on to it. He's too strong. You gotta tug and release.
Oh, we
Did
got
you
it.
see
Oh,
me moving?
yeah. Oh, so extend and then release.
Yep, pull and release. I'm gonna help you.
It gets a little difficult right at the start, David.
You gotta hold on to it. I'm letting
Come on, you
go
got to hold
now.
on to it.
Okay, go.
Mary, is he trainable?
10,
I don't know,
9,
he doesn't
8,
appear to be.
7, 6. He's doing good.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go over your head. Can you imagine me doing this for 2 miles on Saturday morning?
You, but not
All
me.
time. Okay, you lost
Well,
it.
I lost it. Okay.
That's a
See,
good
I was,
try.
Did you feel
I
that
was
working
just trying
on your
to.
muscles?
Yes, yes.
Okay, heart rate. I'm your wellness coach. If anybody ever wants to hire me, I'm your wellness coach. But I also teach the spin gym, and it really does work. Get your heart rate going fast,
Yeah.
doesn't it? But it's not too late to donate money for the Alzheimer Walk. I'll be doing that Saturday morning on the 10th. You can join me if you want to. But I'm going to do this for 2 miles.
Wow.
We're
Congratulations.
so busy.
Man, oh,
Where,
man.
where
At
is the walk?
I
Where is the
think-
walk?
I knew people would ask me. I think it's at the Botanic Garden. Or
That's where it starts. Where it
Yeah.
starts. Okay.
just somewhere.
Well, good. Well, let's bring up one of the real live young chicks in our talk shop group, Rena Lindsay. and Shag. Yeah.
So gracious. I appreciate this group so much. I really do. Make me feel so great. Okay, next week I have permission to serve you some energy tea that our astronauts use when they go up in space. And also the Olympians that won those medals. I want y'all to taste some of my energy tea. And then I want to encourage all of us to live younger, longer. I am Rena Lindsay, the Shoppe Chick.
You see what we're giving away next week? Free tea. Man, it doesn't get any better than that. All right, let's bring up a lady who has a computer company named after her. Dell, come on up. I can only use that for so long. So we got to do that.
Good morning. As a communication expert in the areas of public speaking and authorship, I turn nervous, rambling talkers into confident, purposeful communicators, and I turn writers into authors. I'm Dell. Look me up on the web at speakthroughme.com.
God, I love that. Yeah. I love that. Brett, come on up. Let's tell how a water restoration business is doing.
Good morning, Brent Carter, Service Master by Cornerstone. We do disaster restoration, water damage, fire and smoke, mold, trauma, you name it. We also do hoarding and estate cleanup and contents pack out and cleaning, so many things. So it's not clean until it's Cornerstone clean.
You know, last week I said I was going to do a little ditty on John because he was picking on me earlier. So if you want it. John, you got the bell. I got to pass you, baby.
You got the bell.
Okay, well, here's a little ditty. Here's our financial guru protecting your money because he knows what to do, something like that. He's a real great guy. His wife says he's a honey. He will give you great advice so you'll never run out of money.
That's got to be suitable for framing. Thank you. I'm John Keller with Edward Jones, and we are in a very interesting time. What's the Chinese curse? May you live in interesting times. We are up 300, down 300, up 200, down 200. Today we're already up 150 points this morning. So people that were afraid and got out of the market, they're missing all this upside. Part of my job is to help hold your hand, to make sure you have the right strategy, and it doesn't really matter what the market does. You make your money, you have your money for retirement. It's doing what you want it to do. We make sense of investment. John Keller, Edward Jones.
Holly, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I always have something to say.
All right. Here we go.
Ask my kids. Okay, every month, I don't know, first Monday of the month, Rena and I are going to have an event. We had one Monday. And what I do is tell you how to eat real food. Why you want to eat real food, why you want to avoid some products that have fake food in it. And, but that's what we do. We help each other live better lives. Holly, helping others live life young.
Nice tag, Mike. Well, let's bring up the man that has a law degree. I think he's the only guy that has a law degree here. And he helps you with his taxes. He's a great guy. Wiz, come on up, please.
This is give you the third degree. We're married this time of year as we go into holidays. I had a call from a client yesterday, and he had a friend that died. No relatives, no wills, no visible bank accounts. They don't even know how to bury him. Don't do this to your family and friends. You know, have a will or some kind of document. Come talk to me, I'll help you with it.
Yeah, he's helped quite a few of our friends. Well, let's get the girl. I don't get to see enough. I don't get to see enough at estate sales. Let me put that clarification. She's been kind of busy. Lorraine, get me out of this trap.
I'm Lorraine Ferguson with Wilder Systems and at-home computer service. We service a lot of computers in town and kept them running for over 15, 20 years. So, but also a new hat that I get to put on is eBiz Solutions, and they're a wonderful company over on Linfield, and they do great websites and develop not only just the website, but then take you all the way through it. So I'm still learning what we all do on that side, but I'll let you know. Lorraine Ferguson, Wilder Systems.
Okay. Nice to get some applause when you speak. Michael, come on up. It's your turn.
Thank you. I'm Mike Stewart with Data Management Systems. I dominate internet search engines to help a few clients. Basically, I have competitors. I'm better at it. I can tell you why I'm better at what I do than they are. If you have any competitors, which that's most of you do, I can help you prove that you're better than they are. Mike Stewart, Data Management Systems.
Thank you, Michael. Well, the photographer coming up next. I'm sure a lot of people are going to keep him busy right around the holiday season. So anyway, Alex, tell us about your business. How's it going?
Thank you. Alex Ginsberg of Alex Ginsberg Photographics. Actually, as you know, I wear two hats. One, I'm a promotional product salesman, so I do products like this and the shirts that Brett is wearing, so I can take care of that. But today, at this time of year, if you guys are not referring families and kids for fall portraits, you're never going to refer anybody to me. This is the time of year. Our phones are nicely ringing now that we had a cold snap last week, so people finally realized, oh, fall is coming. So this is the time to talk about those holiday gifts.
Thank you, Alex. Another guy that also does advertising consulting too, and he read about us in the newspaper. So let's give Billy Nichols a very welcome round of applause. Billy, come on up. You got an extra few seconds to tell us about what you're doing and how's your business doing. Just read about us in the paper and then get a round of applause.
Billy, I want to prepare for this. I'm Billy Nichol. I'm an independent promotional consultant with Geiger. What we do is basically increase your brand awareness through promotional products. We import like polo shirts, screen print T-shirts, anything that you can put on to advertise your business through promotional products. And we also do printing of marketing materials. And my philosophy is, if I can't find it, you don't need it. I'm Billy Nichol with Geiger.
Well, this is one of the gentlemen, I should say the only gentleman my wife has a crush on besides me, and I'm aware of it. How good and solid is our relationship. Bradley Harris, come on up. I'm getting out of the show.
Not only is he aware of that crush, he's letting it happen. I am, FYI, Troy, the other guy in the room with a law degree, but mine's old and rusty, and I've set it out in the front yard and I grow pansies in it. Bradley Harris is the name. I am by profession a writer, an editor, and a teacher of speech. Go figure, Del. It will be lovely to meet you. My aim is this. If you need text written and you don't want to write it, I will. Closer to my heart, if you need a book, you need to write it with my help, and I will make you a better writer. Brad Harris.
Thank you. He's like Del, you know, but there was great voices. Here's a sponsor that always seems to want to grab the mic and talk a little longer than she should. No.
We love you, Pat.
Let me tell you why I said that, because she just grabs it out there. Come on, girl, you know what Joe, you know where this goes?
It's a good thing you did the disclaimer.
I like it.
I don't really think I need this anyway. Good morning, I'm Pat Goldstein with Craw Lake Realtors. I have been in the real estate business for 31 years, although it seems like a lot longer some days. It is an ever-changing industry, as a lot of y'all already know. Everything's changing, and the real estate market is no different. Joe has told you about the changes in the lending side, but that will also change the way we sell property because we have to meet those guidelines. I've studied it, I've taken classes, I know all about it. Well, no, I don't. Nobody knows. What is it, an 800-page document?
No, 1,888.
Oh, wow. Joe knows.
What's 1,000 pages? Anyway, I've studied it. I know how to write the contracts. I know how to get them closed. So if you know anybody who needs to buy or sell a home, call me, Pat Goldstein.
The gold standard.
Gold standard.
You know, I'm going to brag on this since I gave you that little ditty out there. But she does a wonderful job. We've attended quite a few of Pat's closings here from an insurance standpoint, and her customers rave about what a real professional she is. And it's nice to know that you got such a great real estate agent. Did that make up for my little bit of comment? All right, I think we've covered everybody except for Carol's coming in just a second, but except over here. Bev, come on up. We've got about 4 minutes to get through, and then we're going to invite Nick up, and then we're going to introduce our speaker.
Good morning. I'm now labeled Joyous Beverly after a weekend retreat. Refreshing. I am Beverly Borwick, fashion accessories designer. I love to do custom designs for people who want just to increase the interest in their wardrobes with fashion accessories. So yes, I made the piece I have on today. It's a clipper ship with ocean breeze. Also do other fashion accessories. I like the hostess aprons, and just call me. Let me know if you're interested. It's BeverlyBorwickDesigns.com, and my phone number is 901-601-0061. Thank you.
Nick, come on up. He can't do anything. He's busy. Carol, please.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's nice to have this warm weather back. My name is Carol Murray, and I help people increase the money they have in their pocketbook by both income and by saving money on products you already buy at stores you already shop at. Call me. My number is 901-581-6755.
Let's invite our speaker up here. He's with the Got You Covered Roofing. He's also his lovely wife Mary is here, going to keep him in line, she says. He does roof replacement, repairs, painting, and sun tunnels. I had not heard of sun tunnels, but I'm anxious to hear about it now. Is married to the CEO of his family. Married for 34 years, 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and 2 great dogs, Bo and Sam. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Something no one knows about David is he was transported down from a mountain in Colorado by ski patrol.
Oh, wow.
Shows you when you get drunk at high altitude. Very, you're the CEO. You should keep better track of your employees. Okay, please help me welcome Dave Strauss with that.
Good morning. Good morning. I didn't give any qualifiers on what was the exact situation when that happened, but anyway, it's an honor to be here with you, and I know that when you hear someone talking about roofing, the line outside goes all the way down to Walnut Grove. It's incredible. When you hear roofing and roof concepts, people just come out of the woodwork. What do we do with all of them? So if you could, Troy, just have them be ticketed for our next talk, which will be at the Forum in December, but it'll cost them $100 to hear this information.
Okay,
all right. All right. Roof is a bad 4-letter word, okay? And so my objective this morning, I've got about 15, 20 minutes, is simply this: to give you some good information about roofing so that you can avoid hitting a puddle of bad information or bad decision making. 2, to tell you a little bit about my company. And 3, to leave you with a cool zinger that will change your life and make this thing fun. So my goal is to make this thing fun. How can I make roofing fun? That is mission impossible, but I'm here to take you on that journey. All right, first of all, even though it's mission impossible, everybody has a roof on. Who has a roof on their house? Okay, everybody has one. Okay, why do you need a roof? Real simple. Keep you dry. It's not real complicated. And so now we get into it's a whole other 7-day talk about how to get the right roof and what it looks like and all that. So here, there's really one purpose of, I've lost my identity already, is to keep you dry. That's really the main purpose of it. Roofing has got a lot of attention in the past, and I think a lot of it was caused by the mortgage downspin that happened a few years ago. A lot of the builders got into roofing. Right now there's over 200 roofing companies in this area, so it's a very competitive business. A lot of these guys got into roofing just to create some cash flow. And so you had just an enormous explosion of roofing companies. And then the price of shingles went up when you had oil and the cost of oil. So you have a product that everybody has to some point in their life deal with, as in roof. You had a cost that was going out the, I won't say going out through the roof, but it was getting crazy expensive. Okay, so I'm not here to tell you that I walk on water, but there are some things that you want to be looking at when you, oh, we got the website up? Okay, good. Okay, that's great. The situation is, who has a roof that has been replaced or had an insurance adjuster look at it? Okay, and what experience did you have?
Good one.
Did somebody have their hand up? Okay, did you have it adjusted?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and you got a new roof, and it was, what would the cost? Was it expensive?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember.
Okay.
And it was
a long time ago?
No, it was a house that we had for sale in Birmingham, and then the storm came through and damaged it. We didn't even live there in the house. And our neighbor said, hey, your roof's damaged. We said, okay. Sent the adjuster out. Everybody did everything. We didn't do anything.
Okay. All right.
$7,000 or $8,000 for
okay. They're expensive. There's nothing cheap about roofing. And you got to understand, or I would share with you, the whole concept about what I do is kind of delete the word roofer and just go in as a consultant. and that is that if you have a roof system, you want to have it looked at. You want to have your roof looked at. It's not a forever item. There are certain things you need to do on maintenance that are very important. In fact, I was looking at Troy and Lynn's roof with the intention of replacing our pipe boots. And I know there's a lot of different things we get into talking about that, but pipe boots is a major cause of leaks on a roof. And you also have siding, that can be an issue on the roof that can cause leaks. So it doesn't have to be bad shingles going bad or shingles getting old and breaking down. So there's a lot of different reasons why you could be leaking, but you want to have the roof looked at least every couple of years just to see what's going on the top deck. Okay, my role is to just present myself as a consultant. And the consulting is this. When you go out to a roof, you want to have somebody that you can confide with, and I'm going to get into the ABCs about what you might want to look for when you consider having a consultant look at your roof and give you information. Right now, it's not about selling anybody anything. I'm going to approach you from the concept of get in touch with somebody that you trust and you've checked out their credentials, and I'll go into a litany of things that you may want to do there. But all you want to do is gather information. The first approach to a house is nothing other than you want to get a fair appraisal about what's going on right now with that roof system. And so there may not be a need for another roof. Okay, you get out there and your roof is maybe fine. What type of shingles you have? Do you have architectural? Do you have 3-tab? It can get complicated. So how do you keep it simple? Have somebody just get out there, have somebody like me just get out there and talk to you and assess where your roof system is. There may not be anything wrong with your roof. Maybe you're looking old, there's things you can do maybe clean it up, or you may have a leak, or you may not have your pipe boots changed, you may be like 12 days away from getting a roof leak. So these are all things to do is get a consultant out there. Don't just let it go and think it's going to be okay. It's not. A lot of things happen to a roof. It's got a lot of exposure. The other thing that's got a lot of attention, has anybody heard on the TV, I can get you a free roof?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody got a show of hands? Have anybody heard on radio, TV, I can get you a free roof? Well, there's no free roofs. Okay, it's a pitch, and a lot of times some of the companies, they hire people, they go out there, they knock on doors, put out door hangers, and they say, you got to talk to me, I can get your insurance company to buy you another roof. Well, first of all, just about on every insurance policy, there's a deductible. So right off the bat, the deductible is money that's transferred from the policyholder to the company that's actually doing the roof. So that's money that's going to transfer hands anyway. That's the way it should be done. And there's some ways to work around that are okay. But as for the most part, there's a part of the policy that is incumbent on the policyholder to pay to the whoever contractor gets set up to do the work. The big thing about, and because roofs have gotten so expensive, and when I say expensive, we're talking, I mean, I've done up to $25,000, $30,000 or as little as 10, but there's nothing, they're very expensive. The labor, the material, it's a very expensive project. So if you can't, now the other thing is when you have the roof looked at, you want to make sure that the person that's coming out there is licensed. They have, when I was tripping over myself and dropping the microphone and losing my identity, I was trying to capture this right here. This is a package that I'm going to just pass around, but this is a package that lends itself to less than 3% of the roofing contractors are GAF Master Elite. If it's not me, or if you want to contract somebody else, that would be a good starting place when you consult a roofing company. Is GAF Master Elite would be a good place to start. And then you want to make sure that they're licensed with the state of Tennessee. Being licensed with the state of Tennessee is important because to get that license, what essentially it is, what I have is a home improvement license that I am okay to do any work that's less than $25,000. I do exterior painting, I do exterior rotten wood, I do a lot of different things, but they all wrap around roofing. I do sun tunnels, and I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. That's why I'm going to try to lighten it up a little bit. And so, but also incumbent about getting licensed with the the state of Tennessee is, to do that, you have to show them that you have workman's comp, liability insurance, and that you're bonded. So bonding means I got a $10,000 bond. So typically I don't, I may get some money up front, but typically I get it when I do the work. But I may get a portion of it up front. But if I left town for $10,000 or less, then they could get the money from the state, from my bonding company that I'm bonded with. So make sure that they're licensed with the state of Tennessee. You go in there and click on Tennessee.org, and you can find out who's licensed and who's not. This is workman's comp and liability insurance, which is important. This is just some other certifications. This means that GAF and my team go to training each year about how to put on roof systems and being aware of new technology that will keep you dry for long periods of time. And so, okay, this is another pretty cool concept here, not concept, but piece of information is Hague certified. HAAG is a nationally recognized company. They're an engineering company. They're trained people, and this is a week-long class. I had to go to Little Rock and take it. They instruct you on how to determine impact damage on a roof. That is to say that any roof that's been out there a long time, that's been impacted by hail or wind or any type of extrusion, you're able to know what is a blistering or a wear on a shingle versus what is actual Mother Nature making impact and bringing damage to the roof system. A lot of the insurance adjusters with companies are not Hague certified, but some of them are. But the Hague certification is simply gives you some credibility as it relates to, a little bit about what you're looking at and about what you're talking about. And it's a good credential that's known within the industry. If you tell me you're Hague certified, they know that you're pretty well in tune to knowing how to determine if there's hail damage on a roof or there's not hail damage on a roof, if there's wind damage on a roof, if there's not wind damage on a roof. In this market, like in any market in the country, you're going to have exposure to Mother Nature. And right now, she's pounding somebody with hail and wind somewhere in the United States. It's just the nature of the climate that we live in. So this is a very strong certification so you want to make sure they're Hague certified. And then also referrals, references. This is a neighborhood that I did in Cordova, and it was probably hail, and probably wind, but it was storm damage. It's a neighborhood of about 100 roofs, and I did like 80 roofs. It's just quality and integrity, the kind of work that we do, and some names and houses to go look to and talk to people about how we went from point A to point Z. So a package of those credentials is real key. And I forgot, maybe the tail that wags the dog here that's critical is make sure they're with the Better Business Bureau. I was acting like I was a member of the Better Business Bureau, and I tell you, this lady right here was an advocate. Lynn was an advocate. David, are you with the BBB? No, Lynn, but I'm acting like I am. But that's not the same David. And so really, she was the one that geared me to that. There was a difference between acting like you're with the BBB and actually being a member. So I've been a member for over a year with the Better Business Bureau, and I have an A+ rating. But I was doing that before. If you have angry customers out there, you're probably not going to be in business any longer anyway, because it takes one deal and you're all on the internet and it's a done deal. So you want to make sure that your customers are happy. So I come in, and on the first situation is, you say, well, David, come look at my roof. It's a free service. Again, you take the money out of the picture. It's a free service. And so I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to do anything but do an inspection, give my package of information, and just give you information, acting as a total, absolute consultant. Not, well, my roof, forget all, let's just go look and see. The roof dictates what needs to be done or not done. A lot of roofs are fine, but they've gotten a lot of attention because of the advertisement, radio, TV, door hangers, and people out there trying to make a buck. And you can't blame them for making a buck, but they're just different techniques. How many have been in a neighborhood where you've seen some people getting new roofs on their house, like a bunch of them going up at one time? Okay. All right, that's neighboritis. And that may have been a company working in that area, there may have been some definitive storm damage. That people are looking at it. But anytime you see multiple roofs going up at one time, it's probably indicative of the fact that there was some storm damage there, and a company has gotten proactive in interfacing the customers, the homeowners, with the insurance companies. And then you're going to have a mixed bag. So that's that part of the conversation. Now, how much time do I have this morning?
Well, you still can keep going.
I got about 10 more minutes. Okay, I'm going to do
10, 15.
10. Okay, all right. I'll do another 5 minutes on the credentials. And again, I don't want to get in here like I'm walking on water, but it's real important. Like you do anything else. I mean, when you're talking about a high-ticket item like this, that's so volatile that it can make a difference to you coming out of pocket $10,000 or $15,000, or positioned properly and convey that information about your roof condition with your insurance company. They could come, they could help you with that claim. So here's something that I do as a consultant. Let's say that you call me up and I said, well, Bradley, I've looked at your roof and there's some wind damage up there, and the shingles are 15 years old. You have a 3-tap shingle, and I'm just doing a what-if scenario here, trying to bring all this complicated stuff to a very simple example. And say, Bradley, what I would suggest that you do is the scope of the damage is minimal because you've got no missing shingles, or you may have one missing shingle. Okay, let's say no missing shingles, but there's crease. So you have to understand what determines. Your roof may look fine, but you've got some crease on those shingles, and you have 10 of them on the front slope, 4 on the back, 2 on each side. But from all intents and purposes, from the ground, Bradley looks like his roof's okay. Well, the insurance industry defines damage as crease. So you have old shingles that granulate, which means that the granules have fallen off of them, they've gotten lighter, and they're very vulnerable to wind. So wind picks them up, and they separate from the tar bed, and they continue to do this. But they don't extract. They stay on there, but you can't see the crease from the ground. So due to that very precise inspection, say, well, I've got wind. Yes. Okay, well, the scope of the damage is not that extensive, Bradley, but what I would recommend that we do is that we file a claim. And I find out who the insurance company's with and blah, blah. Now, Bradley, we're just not going to throw a dart on the wall, see if we hit the bullseye with you getting compensated for this claim. What we can do is, let's go ahead and put together a proposal. Sometimes I do this on the front end. It depends on the customer, the situation. Sometimes I do it on the back end. That's one option. We could either file the claim, and I would meet the adjuster at the house and actually do the walkthrough. And then at that time, just insert my observations that I've done in terms of finding the damage. 2 is, let's say that we looked at that and the adjuster said, no, I don't think that there's enough damage here to give Brad any money on his roof. So at that point, what I would do is we go and say, that's fine. That's your opinion. I think the last time I checked, we all have opinions, and we honor that opinion. That's his opinion, just one person's opinion. But the gate is not closed at that time. Eric, he could probably ask some good questions at the end. He knows this business pretty well himself. At that point, it would be good to go ahead and go to round 2, which I call round 2, and that is to put a package together, a very extensive package. And this is the service that I provide. If I feel like it is a legitimate storm claim, and then with the package, it could be 30 to 50 pages. I take multiple snapshots of damage on all the slopes. I have the Xactimate system, the same that the industry uses, and then put together a financial profile. And then I put the storm date that's pulled off a weather report in there. And so all that and then I make a recommendation based on my assessment, my opinion, and put all my credentials in there. And then we send that to corporate headquarters and we ask for a reinspection. So that's the point that I'm going to make. It's way beyond throwing a dart on the dartboard and trying to hit a bullseye. It's way beyond that. But you're dealing with a lot of money. So it's important to have that consulting on the front end. I really encourage that, whether it's with me or somebody else, get consulted with a reputable roofer that has these credentials, that's with these organizations, that's Hague certified, that's GAF Master Elite. You're getting into the real tunnel vision about, who are the people I can reach out there and trust. People call me and say, listen, I got somebody who lives out of town. I said, go straight to a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor, wherever they live in the country. That's a good place to start. Now, you say, well, David, why do we need to do all this? Claims and storm damage and insurance claims is not a black and white industry. It's like everything else. I said, well, we have 2 lawyers. It's all a negotiation, and we have salespeople. Everything we do is a negotiation. And the claim process is a negotiation as well. Because when we're looking at a roof like Bradley has, and from when you're on the ground, his roof looks fine and he has no leaks. Am I out of my mind consulting him on filing a claim? This is where you get into the knowledge base. The reason why we need to file a claim on Bradley's roof is even the scope of the damage, there's creases. But those creases will eventually extract, and that will be in position to have the roof get wet, water getting inside the house. You don't want that happening. The reason why we're recommending a replacement on his roof and not a repair is simply this. The shingles have attained the age where they're brittle. They granulate to a point where it's not the right decision from a structure and engineering standpoint to go and fix his roof. It's non-fixable. We've lost the flexibility and the elasticity of the shingles. So if you go in there and start doing a Mickey Mouse repair, you're going to cause more damage than Mother Nature ever thought about inflicting with her 50, 60 mile an hour wind. Okay? So there's a purpose behind that. His roof, and so an old roof, typically with the industry, is not your enemy. If you have an old roof, it can be your ally because it's reached a point of not being repairable. Okay? So here it's a complete recommendation for a complete restoration and a roof replacement. So that would be the recommendation with Bradley. Now, am I going to guarantee with Bradley what you hear these? I don't guarantee anything other than to use my services and consulting him to make the right decision. Am I going to guarantee that his insurance company pays for that roof? Nope, can't do it. But I will guarantee that I'll be there to the end of the road. If we start and we saddle up and we go phase 1 and we haven't looked at, then they say no, we go to phase 2. And I bring up the insurance industry because, let me tell you, they are a big part of roofing. And they're not bad guys. You hear a lot of different things. These companies are out there trying to do the right thing. And whether, State Farm, Allstate, they're all big, reputable, good companies. They hire people that are out there that are trying to do the right thing. And so, with these guys, it was, we were up there doing a repair. And in the process of doing that inspection, I saw that there was some hail damage. And I said, Troy, this is what we need to do. I said, I'm not going to take your money on the repair. This is what we need to do first. And so that was, and it turned out well because but it was important to be there when the adjuster was there. So that's the key that I'll leave with you on the adjusting part. I know we're talking about a lot of insurance claims, but many times, most 5 minutes, most people will get involved when they have, could you pick that up a little, go down a little bit on that website. Just some other services. I didn't want to, I've got 5 minutes, I want to leave a couple for Q&A. But, okay, these are all things we migrated into the interior and exterior painting. I got to have some cash flow so I can get some golf money to go hang out with Troy. Do that, and then also go a little bit further down. There we go. Okay. A little bit further. Okay. So, sun tunnels, that's going to be coming up here, but Angie's List. There's a website. GAF has a Master Elite website where you go in there and read testimonials on work that I've done over the past 4 years. Angie's List, you can get testimonials there. BBB. And these are all sources for you to check out who you do a business with. And that's real important. But don't hire a roofer. Get a consultant to come out there. If somebody's talking money on the front end, just go to the next one. GAF, Mastery Elite, and consulting. Free information on somebody that's credible. Also, we have we have financing packages. We can do credit cards, or we can do. We're set up as a GAF member with Wells Fargo. We can kick it out for 4 years, and that's all done through Wells Fargo. So we have finance. So we have the total package. Now, while I'm saying before we get to Q&A, so I'm trying to make it okay. Bring it to you and how it relates to you. So if you hadn't had your roof inspected in a few years, I can do that. Why would I be a good person to call? 3 reasons why I'd be good to call. Because 1, I could be your consultant that would give you honest, accurate information about your roof condition. And if we had to go to the insurance industry, you wouldn't want anybody else there but me consulting and advocating you in that claim. Second reason, I have a black dog named Bo. He's a 12-year-old Labrador Retriever, and he travels with me everywhere I go. So I got a great, cool job, and I got a dog that travels with me every day. 3, the third reason is, I'm the roofer that's an advocate of sun tones. I can drop sun in any place in your house with a simple swipe of a credit card to get you vitamin D production 12 months, 24/7, year-round. Those are the reasons you need to consult. Got you covered roofing. Now, Q&A's for a few minutes, and then I got to wrap it up. Yes, in the back row. They're just coming in. Okay.
I'll take that. How many layers of roofs can you legitimately put on?
1.
Okay.
I don't know. The code is, they say 2. I don't even, on a roof system, I lose business because people want to save a few dollars on labor and not taking it off. That's another thing. If you're talking to somebody that wants to put a layer on top of an existing roof system, go talk to the next roofer because that doesn't serve you well. The savings of peanuts on the front end on dollars that you're saving on labor will come back and haunt you on the back end because you do a roof, you want to tear it all off, you want to reflash it. We got cutting edge technology as in modified membranes that you want to put in the valley, and so don't ever do a nail over. The code on that is, I think it's 2 layers. I've done a bunch of roofs down in Midtown that's had 5, but that was the old way they used to do stuff. Just lay it on top, lay it on top, lay it on top. But no, I never recommend a nail over unless it's a horse porn.
2 questions, Dave. You got to answer both before you get anywhere near my roof. For the dumb guys in the room, that would be me. What does GAF stand for?
I don't know. This company, I did it one time. It's not real out. They've been around for over 100 years. They're the #1 roofing company in the world. And they're the only company that's got the good housekeeping seal of approval. So the warranty package that I give as it relates to Ms. Ghosting is that, and I interface with a lot of realtors, is you have a transferable warranty that can be transferred one time. And you're covered the entire time that you're in the house, and that you can transfer one time if you sell the house, and that can be included in the package on somebody wanting to sell a piece of property. So, did I answer your question?
First one, yes. Here's the second one. Clearly, you are at the top end of the ethics pile. Let's go to the other end. What would you say are standard signs that you're dealing with a scam artist or a roofer who's just plain unethical?
They want the money up front. Like a couple of guys got in trouble. They would come out of town. There's storm damage, and you get if there's storm damage and people come from out of town, that's a real flag. So wanting money up front, promising to deliver, talking on behalf of an insurance company that I can promise you you're gonna get a roof. You know, that's those are real signs there. They know everything, and they do everything and all that stuff. So that, money up front, those things would be flags.
Never ever sign over your insurance claim check.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, because a lot of times those guys aren't covered with the state. They're not bonded. A couple of them got in trouble. I'm not sure if they've gone after them, but never turn that check over till you got your roof going on. Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you wanted to be the roofing consultant, help with the insurance claim.
Yes, sir.
But when you get to a certain point, doesn't the insurance company require free bids or something? And aren't you worried that you won't be the best?
No, I don't see. That's where I'm different. I'm not into a bid war because a lot of times, if you go in there and give a lower amount, the insurance company only obligated to give that lower amount. It's not. They actually get several. You can get 3, or you can get 3,000. It doesn't matter. You are as the home. A lot of people don't understand the strength they have as a policyholder. I mean, the insurance company and me, we're essentially working for you as a policyholder. But they say 3. You got to find somebody that you can trust is going to do the job properly. I use to the penny the dollar amount on the claim. It's a cookie cut for me. Just use that dollar amount that they say needs to have the job done. It keeps it simple. Anything outside of that, you can kind of get into some swamp water. Yes, sir.
You kind of positioned it to, making a claim. I mean, is there a time where your roof just wears out and needs to be replaced?
Yes, and I'll tell you that too. Yes.
So, there may not be an insurance
claim
at all.
That's correct.
Which is why you don't want to call 1-800 number to talk to.
Right. Exactly. No, the roof wears out, and let me tell you, if there's no damage up there, I'll be the first one to say, there's no damage here, you have no chance of a claim. That's my opinion. There's nothing here. Oh, Eric, yeah.
Well,
he's telling us.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, time out. Get out of here. I know.
I have plenty of things I could add.
I know. Absolutely.
But you've done a good job.
All right. Thank you.
How about a round of applause?
He did a good job, man. Congratulations. We used David, and what I like about him, he was very honest, and he gave us some ideas about our roof. We didn't bring him here just because he did our roof, but he was when he met with what I liked about him, he's an advocate for you when you deal with your adjustment.
Let me add one thing to what Dave said, and then I'm going to let Troy finish things up. I've heard so many people say, my insurance company said I had to use this contract. Your insurance company cannot, capitalized letters, cannot tell you what contract we use.
That's right.
They may make recommendations. They may make strong recommendations. They cannot force you to use a contractor. You'd be amazed, and I was in the business for a long time, how many people I heard say, well, I can't use you because my insurance company said I have to use this person. Wrong. You picked your contractor. Dave's on target with what he said. He's on point. He's professional.
And it comes with credentials. When you remember the BBB, you got your reputation out there. If anybody here is not a member, it's nice to have we'll look you up on BBB. No, we only deal with people that are qualified with BBB. Well, let's get on with our drawing here. Mary.